Why, hello there, how are you today? Awesome Soul here, and welcome to Garrison Archangel, a game all about building a mech and taking it into an arena for combat purposes, obviously. Now, I specify that because this is somewhat similar to another game that I covered, and that is Break Arts 2, whereas that game is all about building a mech and going into a racing combat situation. This is building a mech and going into an arena combat situation, usually one-on-one, though I think you can have other players involved as well. And there is multiplayer, which is pretty cool as well. If you want to challenge your friends to a battle, you can go ahead and do that. Now, real quick, let's hop on over to the garage, because I do want to highlight something. And just start by making a new slot, because why the heck not? Now, if you have watched my Break Arts 2 video, you will know that the editing in that game is absolutely intense. You can do pretty much whatever you want, and there are a lot of cosmetic parts that don't really have much of a purpose, other than letting you shape your mech. In this game, everything has a purpose, and it's already on a pre-built slot. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because you will be able to get into combat that much quicker. So if we go through here, there is a wide variety of things to choose from. Something that will most likely suit your fancy. Again though, the downside is, if you like a style, for example, of this one, let's go with this one, but you want to make something really tanky, well, not really the best option for you, as it's more of a speed-focused one. But yeah, let's go with this big, honkin', beefy Cyclops one. Actually, while we're here, let's go ahead and change up the color, because why not? Let's go with... These are all kind of weird. Actually, that's kind of cool. Let's stick with that one. So yeah, we can do gestures as well. This is basically a taunt you can do in-game, which is kind of cool. So if you want to wave at your opponent, taunting them to come get you, then, I don't know, that's an option. This is early access, by the way, so I'm sure there's going to be more features added in the future. Now, hopping on over to the equipment section, what kind of things do we have for weaponry? Well, I'm pleased to say that I've played around with pretty much every weapon here, and all of them play really well. All of them have a very distinct purpose and a very useful feel that you can kind of combine with other ones, for example. Let's go with this one. It's basically a battle axe. However, it transforms into a scythe on your command, which I'll demonstrate in a little bit here. Let's pick a different weapon. Let's go with this guy. This one is really cool because you can charge it up and then you can do a massive knockback type of blast. Let's just go ahead and demonstrate it on our poor little test dummy here.
Ready, go.
So here we are. I think I have it on this slot. There we go. And then boom. There we go. So that's the charged up version of it, or you can just do the typical punch. It's got some knockback, but it's not going to knock them down. Now, here's your regular battle axe swing. Fairly fast, or you can transform it into a scythe. There are certain combos you can pull off that will automatically transform your weapons, or you can just hit the E key. Just like that. Now, you can do some real cool things like pulling people towards you with the scythe, like this. But the downside of having it in scythe mode, your swing speed is not going to be that fast. If we go to here, you can swing a lot quicker. I think that was... yeah, there we go. I mean, it's a dead target, so doesn't really count for any street cred there. But yeah, here's our little dude. I don't know what to call him. You know what? before I go off and show some of my mechs, I'll go through some of the other things. So obviously there's torsos you can choose from, all that jazz. You've got your arms, you've got your legs, and then your weapons, which we've gone over. I'm not going to go through every weapon, because you guys can probably pick one out and find out which one works best for you. You also have some shoulder options here. You've got these things, which are basically armor, and I think, from what I've seen of the AI, it kind of creates a bubble shield around you. Sidewinders, and you also have weapon options, sort of like a little backup one. Plenty of missiles here, or if you want Gatling guns on your shoulders, you can very well do that. Or you can go with nothing. And then on your back, you can also have something as well. So you've got these bad boys. These are basically large thruster setups. Or you can have a massive rack of missiles if you really wanted to. So if you want to build something really tanky, you could do that as well. Or if you want big heavy sniper cannons and play more of a laid back kind of role, you can do that. But for now, let's just keep this guy relatively barren. Let's see, we've gone left, shoulder, rear, internals. You've got computer chips that you can sort of buff your character with. You can do a maximum of 3, but obviously adding them will also have negative benefits too. So you really have to play around with your setup. Sometimes actually adding something isn't really the best choice. But yeah, we'll keep that there. No need to rename it. I might come back to him later. I kind of like that setup, actually. But yeah, for now, let's go over to the single-player mode, which I actually have yet to try out. So, here is this guy, or this one, which is the original mech I made. It's got missiles on the shoulder, large thrusters on the back. Then there's this guy. He's got like a gun lance, which is kind of cool. You know what? Let's go with this guy. And let's just go on easy, because I'm still fairly new to the game, and I'm learning myself. I don't know if this mech is the best possible setup, but we will see. So we're up against this royal purple guy. He's got the spear lance, seems very potent, and missiles and a shotgun. This might be a little bit challenging, but let's take a look and see if we can come out on top. Okay, so there are different arenas, which is cool. I've only ever really played around in the test mode, so... Oh, they're homing missiles. Okay. Alright. Keep forgetting. Switch over to the lance mode, because I am not having any of this. There we go, so I've knocked him down, give me a chance to go back to gun mode and get a few range shots off. Block those missiles. There we go. So when you're knocking somebody down, you don't actually get a chance to hit them, it seems, from what I understand. At least, maybe there's a certain weapon that'll let you do it, but I haven't found that out. Alright. But it basically gives you a chance to reposition yourself and reload your weapons, etc., etc. There we go. So the shield is pretty good. It's like a medium-class shield. It's got a decent amount of blocking power, but a nice thing, you can actually shield bash, which has a fair amount of knockback. Alright, let's finish this. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Alright, gonna have to shield bash. There we go. Oh, with 5 seconds left. Alright. So it's a best of 2. These side thrusters on my shoulder let me strafe a whole lot easier. I do quite like that. And if it hasn't been made clear yet, when it comes to melee weapons, a really cool thing about this game is it's not just mash the melee button, you actually have to pull off combos. So there's like the forward one, which is a sort of jab kind of thing. There's the spin around from the right, spin around from the left, and what's really cool, especially with gun lance type weapons, is you can do a jab from the rear and it turns back to your gun mode, which I quite like. Got him knocked down. We're reloaded. There we go. Beauty. I'm really liking the setup, actually. I kind of just threw it together randomly, but it's working pretty well. What does title do? You know what? Let's just go for another round. Let's see what kind of guy we get. Okay, you've got an empty fist. Huh. Empty fist. I think those are forward-facing missiles, like they fire forward, but they don't, like, arc or home in. And then, I'm not quite sure what that one is. Is it the same weapon that I have? No, it's not. I don't know what weapon that is. We'll have to find out once we go into battle. Okay, this is... I mean, it seems like all the arenas are the same, it's just aesthetically they look a little bit different. Okay, this guy has a lot of health. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's take the sky. Yeah, they are the forward missiles. Ooh. Not sure how I'm feeling about this guy. I don't know. Okay, it's the pistol sword. That's what it is. Knock him down. Dash backward. Switch. And go for the jab. Nice. So getting a couple jabs off, it leaves you open for attack, but it does knock down, or does knock them down rather easily. That's one of the stats that you can actually play around with too. Stability. If you want to have a really stable build, you're finding yourself getting knocked down far too easily, just bump that up and you should be good to go. Oh, actually no, this is going to be real close. I'll have to go all out here, otherwise it's going to result in a tie. Oh, just made it. Man. Crack my knuckles. I'm sure that probably made it on the recording, but oh well. Was I? I think I was in gun mode. I think it automatically sets you back to gun mode, regardless of what mode you were in before. I guess I'll discuss this build a little bit. I sort of opted for full-on speed. Not too much stability, but a little bit more than my other mech. And health. Basically, most of my health actually comes from the health chip that I have. Other than that though, as you can see, I don't really have anything on the rear, mainly because I kind of wanted to keep my weight down so I could have a lot of speed. There we go. Nice. There's a lot of micromanaging you have to do as well. Like, you don't want to overboost, otherwise you'll overheat. And you're not going to be able to boost or really do much of anything otherwise. Kind of leaves you in a sitting duck position. But yeah, I guess we'll try out title. What does title do? Oh, it just takes you back to the title screen. Gotcha. Okay. Well, that makes perfect sense. So if we go back to here, and then the... No, it looks like we just go back into battle. Oh well. That's fine. Cool. So let's quickly jump out, and I'll show off my other mech, which, not quite liking as much as the Dune Striker. So I've got a shotgun and a very special shield. Actually, this guy has the same shield and the same missiles that I do. But anyway, kind of acts as a boomerang. There's also a sword that acts as a boomerang too, which is pretty neat. So I don't know what this guy is really capable of. Shield up. Oh god. So, shotgun definitely packs a punch, but you have to be very careful with it. There we go. Oh, man. Speaking of careful. Go, launch the shield, reload. That's one cool thing. Like, you can find combos, so you can launch the disc, and then you can reload. And, you know, it's not going to stop you from reloading. Okay. Load. Try and get up a little bit closer. A little bit too close, actually. There we go. This guy's tough. But then again... There we go. This build maybe isn't the best. I'm not sure how well the shotgun works, but I don't know. It's cool. I didn't want to go for all melee builds. I kind of wanted to try out the guns. Okay. A couple missiles. Just go for this and reload. Oh, I think this guy might actually win this time. Oh, I didn't pull off the reload properly. Okay. So one thing one minor complaint is if it made it a little easier to tell when you needed to reload, that would be greatly appreciated. Because, you know, I'm mashing the fire button and I'm not firing anything. And the only way to tell is kind of hidden away in the corner. Ooh. Wrecked indeed. Okay. Let's see if we can't come out on top this time. Missiles. And immediately knocked down by what I assume is his rear weapon. I just have to play it safe, it seems. I'll keep our shield up in most of this. Yeah, shield. Okay. Yeah, the one bad thing about these missiles, rather, a little difficult to use properly at times. You have to find the perfect distance, basically. Nice. Okay, that was close. I don't know. I'm not sure about this mech. I might have to change it up a little bit. But yeah, that will do it for this video, I think. Let me know what you guys think of this game. Would you be interested in me playing it more? And I might actually do some live streams of it. Perhaps, possibly. It really depends on how interested you guys are, because I would like to verse some of you, if that's possible. But yes, with that, guys, I of course have been the Awesome Soul. I thank you all so very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.